welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to discuss about how to do this on page SEO. So what are the factors that Google calculates to give you the best rankings within your site? With all the things we're going to discuss it here. Now let's get started. So as we discussed yesterday, so it is all about the basics, like how it works exactly and what are the things that Google considers. And I told you like few algorithms as well and what are the things we should not do. Okay. So as I told you yesterday, we have a three optimization techniques like on page, off page and technical SEO like server side. So why I have to do all those things? Simply so that after indexing, Google will give you the rankings. Now let's say Ramya, Kirtika and Akanksha, three of you have a same niche. So three of you have a same websites which have a same niche. Then how Google is finding out the exact information? So why Google is placing only one website on top and others are on bottom? So based on what factors, that is simply called as on page and off page and technical SEO. So based on these on page, off page and technical, so Google will give you the rankings for your website. So based on that, so how Google will give you the rankings means how well you perform on page, how well you perform the off page and technical SEO. After doing it, so Google will find out that yes, this person is more relevant to this query, so I have to show them. Now let us discuss each and everything clearly. What is this on page and off page and all? So first, let us have a on page. Okay, on page means whatever the optimization you are doing within your site. Okay, like you already know there is a dashboard. So there is a thing called a dashboard where you can write something under. So you are doing everything within your website. That is what simply optimizing. Optimizing within your site for a search engine called Google. So with my content and all, that is what simply on page optimization. Okay, so what I have to do? So optimizing within the site means what is meant by optimization? So let me show you now. So you have to do a proper keyword research. First of all, so before doing on-page optimization, keyword research is mandatory. Okay, what is mean by keyword research? Now, okay, let me find out the thing. How to shampoo your hair. Okay, let me find out. What is this? How to shampoo your hair. What does it mean? So this is a query, right? This is the query that people used to search for. So, but in digital marketing language, we call it as a keyword. So, okay, disturbance, right? So in digital marketing language, we call it as keyword. So your complete SEO depends on this keyword itself only. Keyword, keyword, keyword. So you will play with this keyword only your entire SEO, right? So now, what is meant by keyword research? Now let us say you have a website. First of all, you have to decide, right, what is your keyword and for which keyword you want to show up the website on top. Okay, now let us say my website is all about something like digital marketing kind of thing. So I am deciding first of all what are my keywords. Like I'll be deciding that online digital marketing training, digital marketing consultancy. So these are the keywords are best suitable for my website. So now, do I want to show my website for a keyword called best shampoo for dry hair and all? Do I want to show my website for that keyword? Yes? Tell me yes or no. So as it is a completely digital marketing training institute website, so now do I want to show my website when someone searches for best shampoo for hair?
No,
Mm-hmm. No. Why no? Why no?
because it is
because both are different
irrelevant.
topics. Yeah,
Right. So that is what simply you are just choosing out what exactly you want here. That is what simply keyword research. So by this keyword research, I am just finding out. So we can't work blindly, right, for all the keywords that present throughout the world. No. So we will decide the keywords first of all. Okay. That is what finding the relevant keywords for your niche. Right. Now, how I can do proper keyword research is you have to follow these things: brainstorming, Google suggest. So keyword planner, you can use it. Okay. Then bus suggest. So if you follow these four techniques, then your keyword research is finished. So then you can find out your relevant keyword for your website. So first of all, do brainstorming. Brainstorming means first of all, give a work to your brain. So think what keywords would be best suitable for your website. So think what keywords might be possible searches by your users. Now my website is all about digital marketing training institute. I would be thinking like, yes, some people might search for online digital marketing training. Okay, let us go with the best shampoo to use for hair. Okay, I'll be thinking that people might search for best shampoo for dry hair. Tell me, guys, from your end, what are the things you'll be searching for finding a best shampoo? Do that. Tell me, Meena, what would be your possible keyword? Mm-hmm. Shampoo to use for dry hair. Yeah, tell me. I'm just
Shampoo to
asking
use
you
for
guys.
hair falls.
Shampoo to use,
Best shampoo
Hair
for dry
falls.
hair.
best shampoo for hair,
Best herbal shampoo for dry hairs.
best herbal shampoo for dry hair. Next,
Anti-dandruff.
anti-dandruff shampoo. Mm-hmm.
Dry hair shampoo. Simple.
Dry hair shampoos. This is what doing brainstorming. You just need to find out what people might search for your kinds of information. Okay, now if I'm searching for best shampoo for dry hair means I'm looking out for the information where I can see some articles on shampoos for dry hairs and all. So that is the reason. First of all, give a work to your brain. Think what would be the possible keywords. That is what simply brainstorm. But after doing a brainstorming, we are not assure. I can't assure you that that were the best keywords. I can't assure. So again, I need to do some analysis with these keywords. The next thing is a Google suggest. Google suggest, what does this Google suggest means? Take a help of a Google now. So take a suggestions from the Google. Now let us say if I search for anything here, if I put a cursor, can you see here it is showing me some suggestions. How to wash your hair properly, how to wash hair professionally, how to wash hair properly, dandruff. So this keyword is different from us. Keyword best shampoo to use. Okay. So if I put a cursor, it shows me few suggestions. What does mean by suggestions? Why it is giving me that suggestions? Best shampoo in the world, best professional shampoo and conditioner, best shampoo and conditioner for damaged hair, for dry hair, hair growth. So why it is showing me these things? Can anyone tell me? Why it is showing me only these things? Why?
Some more searched on the site.
People
Yes,
often
yes,
used to.
simple. Yes. So people often search for these kinds of things. So Google is giving you suggestions that yes, you can use these kinds of queries to search for your kinds of information. It is just trying to help us to find out the information. So these are the few keywords that people have already used for searching. So now, if already people have been searching for that keywords means definitely you can use that keyword, right? So that you can define that yes, this is the best keyword that people are searching for, and this is what. So finally, do you want to show up the website which have a good search volume or not? I do, right? So that was my purpose. If I show my website for a keyword which have a good search volume, that means many people are searching for that keyword. And if I show my website to that keyword, then it would be very good because as I can get a more and more traffic. So here, write down what are the keywords that is showing you here. Best shampoo in the world. See now. I have a best shampoo kinds of things. Let me just take it like a world. And next, best professional shampoo and conditioner. Okay, let me go with the professional. I don't have professional and conditioner. Left for damaged hair. Can I use these things for damaged hair and all? Mm-hmm. And hair growth also is there. Okay. Next, best shampoo and conditioner for frizzy hair. Let me go with the frizzy hair also. So why am I doing all this thing? Why am I trying to write down all the keywords here? Why? What is the benefit? So here I listed out few keywords by doing some brainstorming and by taking a Google's help, like suggestions. Now, whatever the work I do here is to finding out my relevant keywords to my website. That's it. Okay, now I started. I am about to write a topic on best shampoo to use. So that is the reason I just want to find out what are the queries that people have searched for, and that queries I have to use it. So the next thing is a keyword planner. So don't go with the keyword planner now itself. Actually, keyword planner is a Google AdWords tool. Okay, so this keyword planner itself is designed for the advertisers, not for the SEOs. So people use normally, but here I don't suggest you go with the keyword planner. It completely shows you the ad performance keywords, not SEOs. So don't go with that. So let us go with the Uber Suggest. Let me open this. So Uber Suggest is just a tool where we can see the search volume. Now let us see. This is a Ahrefs tool I have taken, and here I just search for the keyword called best shampoo to use. So here it is showing me this 10 easy. That means so keyword difficulty is 10. That means now to be on top for this keyword is easy. Okay, so it is just showing you the things like search volume, and also it is a search volume per month. Okay, average search volume for this keyword is 4,000. And if I scroll down here, it is showing me best 16 best shampoos reviews for dry hair and damaged hair. So the website called stylecrazy.com. This website have a topic on this best shampoos, and it is placing on top. Can you see the first? Okay, and here it shows you some keyword ideas as well. So having same terms, best shampoo for dry hair, so it have a search volume like a 4,000 per month. Best shampoo for dry hair in India 700. Best shampoo for dry and frizzy hair 350. Best shampoo for dry damaged hair 300. So now I can find out for which keyword the volume is. So for this keyword the volume is very high. Now I can happily use it. So for this keyword the search volume is very low. It's up to you again. You can simply. Now here it shows you what all the websites that coming on top for this keyword. Style Crazy, Good Housekeeping, and then Nika, hotdeal.com, harpersbrothers.com. So can you see here the SERP structure also it is showing you know. So first it is showing you the 16 best shampoo as a featured snippet, like as a list it is showing you. Then it is showing you like a people also ask. What is this? People also ask. Yesterday we have seen right the SERP structure. We have a thing called people who also ask. So in that people also ask, we have these websites like Good Housekeeping, Nika, Hot Deal. These websites are stored in a people who ask. So it is just showing, and it is showing you domain authority and page authority. So not required as of now. We're gonna discuss all these things in the office. Now just use this Ahrefs just to find out the search value. So after that we're gonna see clearly what all these options and all. No, not required. So you'll get more confusion if I explain you all these things now itself. Don't worry about this. Let's just find out the search volume and find out the keyword ideas. Now I found that this keyword have a more search volume, that is a 4,000, and you can have a search terms as well, like here ideas and I have done my proper keyword research. Now I have found that what is the relevant keyword for my website, for which keyword I have to come on top. What I have to do with this keyword now? So finding a keyword is done. Then what I have to do with this keyword is you have to optimize your website with the keywords only. So what you have to do is you have to insert these keywords in all the important places which I'm showing you now. Meta title, meta description, image alls, goals, italics, file name, or we can call it as a permalink also. Link optimization. Then LSI keywords, headings, internal links. So these are the important places you have to remember in your website to optimize it for search engines. Meta title, meta description, image alls, bold, italics, file name, LSI keywords, headings, internal and external. Now these all the places present in your website itself only. So I'll just show you what are these places and where it presents and how effectively I can use the keywords in all these important places. Right. So let's get into the website now. Okay, what is my first important place is meta title and meta description. So what is this meta title and meta description is? Can you see here? 11 best shampoos for dry hair 2020 moisturizing. The 11 best shampoos for dry hair. Best shampoo for dry hair. This is called meta title. Whatever the topic or whatever the article you write in your website, so that should have some meta title. So your meta title is going to appear in SRP for the users who searches for. Okay, this is what meta title. And meta description is the description you give it here. Okay, 3 days ago, best shampoos for moisturizing dry hair with salon and drugstore pics and all. This is called meta description. So again, whatever the post or page you write in your website, it should have a one meta title and meta description. Why? Because Google will show that meta title and meta description for the user who is searching for. Okay. So again, make sure that it is very attractive. Why? Because people can't directly see what is the article present in your website. They just see your meta title and meta description first. If it is very attractive only, then only people are going to click your website, otherwise no. Again, do remember that it has to be very attractive. Right, now let us see how we can write this meta title and meta description for our website, for our blog. Okay, tell me what is the option I have to choose in order to write any article. Do I go with the pages or posts? Pages or posts?
Post.
Simple. We know
Post.
already the importance of pages and posts. Just click that posts. Okay, so we do have already few posts here. What is Google Ads and all? Okay, if I wants to add anything extra, click this, add new. Okay, so here after clicking that post, I can see option like add title, and here you can start writing some description and all. I have a title and description. So that means, what does it mean? When someone click this result, they will be redirected to my webpage URL and they can see this title and description. This is not a meta title and meta description. This is the thing where someone can see after clicking your meta title and meta description. Okay. So let us discuss that meta title and meta description, how to write that. Now let us start from here. This is called title of your article or else title of your post. Definitely it has to be in a H1 heading only. That is what? Headings. So you can go with the H1, you can go with the H2, you can go with the H3, up to H6 headings you can use. But make sure that your title has to be in a H1 heading only. So by what happened here, this by default with the WordPress website, your title will be in a H1 heading only. You can't replace with other any other headings. It can be only in a H1 heading only. So again, make sure that your title or consists of your keywords. Okay, I can go with the like best shampoo to use for dry hair. Okay, this is what my title. Okay, my heading one. So here I can start writing some description. Okay, tell me guys, mm, where should I start with? I'm just trying to write this. Let me pause the recording. Okay. Why am I trying to use this frizzy hair as well?
So that if anyone is searching in Google as Fizzy Air also, your website will come up.
Yes, yes. So that is what keyword. So here I have already listed out, right? So frizzy hair is also one of the praise that present in my keyword. Okay. Fine. First of all, find out your. Yeah, tell me guys what I can still write it. You can suggest me. And what I will do. Careful steps. Okay, let me try to write something here. So here I'm trying to write something. Let it be like this. And okay. So did I copy the content? So I'm trying to write in my own words. So whatever I felt like writing for this topic, I just wrote it. I didn't copy it somewhere else. What I will do with this topic, I will make some phrases bold and italics. Best shampoo to use for dry and frizzy hair. date type, I will make it as a italic. And then so what is the element that consists in the shampoos, the what we call it as a hydroxychlorified, what is that? Something, anyone knows here?
Use professional paraben free.
Paraben free.
Yeah.
Use a professional. Okay, tell me what is it? Para.
Paraben free.
So what does it mean if I use that shampoos? So I will make it as a professional as a bold, and I'll do one more thing. And I'll try to make this conditioner as a bold. Can anyone tell me why am I making only few phrases as a bold and italics? Why? Can you see here? Here I have a one more important place is that bolds and italics. So why am I concentrating only these important places? Means when Google visit your site, when Google visit this article, first of all, Google concentrate on all these important places. So when Google find out some keywords in these important places, then it will understand that yes, this blog is all about this keyword. Yes, this article is all about this keyword. So it is just for making sure to Google, yes, this is what my topic is all about. I'm trying to use my keywords in these important places. That's it. Okay. So when Google visit this website, so it finds out that yes, my title consists of a keyword, best shampoos. I made it some keywords like a bolds and italics. So it finds out that yeah, this website might be related to best shampoos and all. Right. Chalo. So bolds and italics fine. Headings I used, and then I used okay, only these three things I used. Then what is this LSI keywords? Latent semantic keywords. Okay. What is this latent semantic keywords means? Not only your keyword. So Google will find, so Google will look out for the secondary keyword. Like no, it is that I am writing a blog on means. So Google will find out whether the blog consists of a keywords like course, institute, and then students, then working professionals, material, and it will finds out for best. So why it is finding out, this is called latent semantics keyword. That means so keywords which are related to that topic. So definitely you should have some LSI keywords in your website, in your blog. How you can find out your LSI keywords means Google automatically shows here in the suggestions. The thing which is showing you in a bold, no, those are called LSI keywords only. Hair, damaged in India, UK, saloon, and scalp colored Nikon shampoo. These are LSI keywords only. So it makes Google understand more effectively that it is what exactly the blog is all about. That is the reason try to use LSI keywords. It is very, very important. Okay, so in my website, I do have some LSI keywords like conditioner, hair I have, oil I have, okay, oil I have, and I have a thing like dry, okay, so I have a things like water, cool water, hot water, frizzy, dull, wash. So these are the things, LSI keywords, which are suitable for the website, which are suitable for the blog simply. Fine, I done with LSI keywords as well. The next thing is a file name. Okay, let me go with the image. So now, do I want to use the images for the blog or not? Definitely, we do use some key images. So there are two ways you can use images. In the middle of the content, you can use images. So you can use one image as a featured image also. Now let me use some featured image here. Okay, I'm just trying to use this picture. Why it is showing me this image also means image alternative text. Normally, what does Google do? No, Google can read some text, Google can read some links, Google can read some kinds of links and all, but Google cannot read images. Okay, if I want to make Google to read my images as well, so I have to denote this, I have to represent this image with some text. That is what simply alternative text. And one more thing, you have to use this alternative text for the images is that if you have a more number of images, your website loading speed will be very low. That is the reason, if you use some alternative text for the images, then it would be easy for a Google to find out what is the image is all about. That is what I'm just trying to write alternative text for the image. So simply we call it as the image optimization. Okay, try to have your keyword in the alternative text. So whatever the image you choose, it can show you like alternative text. So here you need to write a text. Mm, shampoo use dry hair. Now image also is done. Bolds and italics, LSI keywords, headings are done. Now let us get into this file name. Can you see this? What is this file name means? The URL of a post, the URL of a blog. ofthenaturehealth.in slash question mark p equals to 107. So what if Google reaches this post, Google doesn't understand what it is all about, then how Google will replace the website? Then how Google will displace the website? Simply, if it doesn't understand the what is the URL about, then how it can display your URL in a CRP? Simply, it's a completely waste of doing all optimization if you don't optimize your file name. File name is simply the permalink, the link of your post, the link of your page. Make sure that Google understands this permalink as well, what it is all about. Okay, so now here I can see the permalink here. Now my permalink is not good. So I have to change my permalink. How you can change the permalink? Have we discussed about it? Mm-hmm. Can you see now best shampoo to use for dry hair? Now is it okay? Is it okay now? Best shampoo to use for dry hair. Does Google understands what is my blog is all about now? Yes, it does understand. Now it is uncategorized. You can categorize shampoo. First of all, create a categories and then categorize it. Okay. Shampoo. I just start a new category here and then I'll make this blog to show under category like shampoo. Update. soft.thenaturehealth.in slash shampoo slash best shampoo to use dry hair. Fine. My permalink is fine. File name optimization is also done. Then the next thing is the internal links and external links. So here internal links means whatever the links you are giving within your website, those are called internal links. If you link back to any other website, then it is an external link. Okay, now what I will do, this is a soft.thenaturehealth.in, right? Let me open this website. And now I'm writing a blog in a soft.thenaturehealth.in, right? What I will do, I will take this about a session. So I'll copy it and go back to the website. What I will do here, if you want to know more about what I will do, I will make this click here text as a clickable text. So copy select the complete text and click on this link option, then enter the URL. So for which URL you want to redirect it, and then apply it. So now when someone click here text, they will redirect to my sof.thenature. That means I am giving a link back to other page or any other post within my website. People will be redirected to any other pages in my website, that is simply called as internal link. Okay, so I will do one thing. If you wants to learn digital marketing, reach out. Dizzy course. What I will do here, I will redirect the people to my dizzycourse.in website. Here it is. Copy the link, go back, select, click, enter, apply. So now here there are two links here. One is the internal link and one is the external link. I am redirecting my users to other website, that is called simply external link. So Google will concentrate on your internal links as well as external links where you are redirecting your customers. Either you are redirecting to the website which is relevant for your business, or else it is irrelevant. So or else if you are redirecting to any other page also, whether it is a useful information or not, so it will check out that things. Make sure that whenever you give any links, so it does have some information, so it does have some useful information for the users, so that they can read it and then update it. So find internal links and external links, headings, LSI, fill name, bolds and italics, images. Final thing is a meta description and meta title. So people can't see directly your title and this description. So first of all, they see your meta title and meta description in SCRP. So once it is very attractive, only they can click and be leads to this page. Otherwise, no. Now let us have a meta title. By default, you don't have an option of writing some meta titles and meta description. You should install a plugin. So once you install a plugin only, you can able to write it. There are two plugins you can use it. Yoast SEO plugin, or else you can install this all-in-one SEO as well. Anyone you can use it, anything it's fine. So I'm just going to install it now, Yoast SEO plugin. See here, I don't have anything. Now let me just install that plugin. What is the plugin name? Yoast SEO. So now I have successfully installed this Yoast SEO plugin. Now let us see whether I can find out that option of writing some meta titles and descriptions or not. So go to post and choose the post for which you want to write that meta titles. So for this blog, I want to write edit. So if you can see here, best shampoo to use. If I scroll down, I can see here. Can you see here? Google preview. So earlier I don't have option of writing these things. Now I have option. Why? Because I just installed this Yoast SEO plugin. So here, focus keyword. So enter your focus keyword. That means enter for which you want to show up the website. On top, shampoo. So I just use this focus keyword, and here it is showing you edit snippet. So edit it. Here you can write SEO title and SEO description. Again, it has to be very attractive. Don't stuff the keywords. Try to make it like a sentence formation, but I'm not saying you not to use the keywords. You have to use the keywords, but don't stuff it. Mm. use hair. Now I just use this. So if it is showing in a green color, that means your meta title is good now. The next is a meta description. So here I need to write a meta description again. Okay, try to find out what your competitors are writing and how attractive their title is and descriptions and all. Right. Let me try to use it. Best shampoos. Dry hair. Few best for everyone, for men and women. Okay, let me go with this. So here I have a thing like best shampoo. I have used this like thing like a dry hair, but I haven't used stuff. I haven't stuffed my keywords like frizzy or professional or scalp. So I didn't use all the keywords. So how is this keyword stuffing? For dry scalp, professional, then frizzy hair. You're just trying to use the keywords, that's it. You are not forming any kinds of sentence over here. So what Google will do, will think that yes, this person is only trying to impress me, not he is not working for a user's perspective. So he just wants some traffic, that's it. He don't want some users good experience. So that is the reason, never ever stuff the keywords like this. Have to use the keywords but form a sentence first of all, so it has to be within the sentence. Okay, fine. I'll just go with this. And my meta title and meta description is in a green color. That means it was fine. You can use it happily. And then here, as of now, I just wrote a few content. But do you think that with this content, we are going to show the website on top? Is it possible to show the website on top with just only this content? So many people are writing some blogs and all, and they were researching a lot of things, and they are putting like thousands of words. Now we just came here and wrote some topic and be on top. Is that possible for you? Is it possible again?
No, ma'am.
Then what I have to do extra? So I have done like meta title is fine, my description is also fine, image alls, bolds, italics, file names, LSI, keywords, headings, internal links and external. So this is called the optimization you can do within your site. So not only one blog or two blogs, whatever the thing you write in your website, you have to think all these things. You have to write, you have to put your keywords on all these important places. Then only Google will understand that yes, it is all about this thing. So, but don't forget to give some alternative text for the images. It is mandatory. So finally, hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.